today's going to be an Ulta haul. I haven't done a haul in a really long time. There were a lot of drugstore items that I wanted to get, as well as a couple of higher end, and I thought Ulta would be perfect. So we're going to just jump right in. Some of these things are new releases. Some have been around for a long time, but I have not used them. So we're going to just jump in. So the first thing, I wanted to get a primer. I usually don't use primers, but I've been noticing more texture around my chin, around these lines here, and on my face. So I thought that on certain days I could definitely try primers and see if that improves the look of my skin. So I picked up Smashbox's Minimize Pores. I do have larger pores, even though I don't have oily skin. They're kind of spread over my cheeks, so we're going to go ahead and give that a try. I know Smashbox has some great primers. I want to see how thick this is. Let's see. It's in this purple tube, and it's fairly thick. Yeah, it is thick, so you wouldn't use very much, and it looks like rolling is not a good idea. I think that it kind of probably works into your skin better if you pat it. So I will give that a try. I'll use it very sparingly to make sure that I don't get that cakey, thick look on my face. Then from the drugstore side of Ulta, I picked up the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. I'll write what the color is. I think they had 2 or 3 colors of this. I don't think that this is new. I've seen it a little bit on YouTube. I don't use powder highlighters. I don't care for them. They look bad on my skin. I have crow's feet down here, and then I also do have a little bit of pores, so I don't want to use the powder, but I think that I might be able to get away with using a cream or gel highlighter if I do it just right here on the fronts of my cheeks. So if I contour a little bit, or bronze basically is what I do, not contour, but if I bronze a little bit and then put that there, I think for the spring and summer that might look really pretty, because I'm not a huge fan of blushes, though I keep searching for that perfect blush that will look really natural on my skin, and I do have some really good ones. But for right now, I want to try this Glotion. So it looks like it has a pearly pinkish sort of hue to it, and I will just dot it there and sponge it on or press it in with my fingers. I did try today, and in one of my other videos, 1 or 2 of my other videos, I tried that technique with another product from the drugstore that is similar to this. I can't think of the name. I'll go ahead and put it up there, and I think I like how it looks, at least on camera, but I'm careful to not use too much because I don't really want to light up my crow's feet. That would not be a good idea. So I also picked up from NYX the Control Freak Eyebrow Gel. And I got this because some days you're really busy, you're doing things like trying on clothes, you're out and about, your sunglasses or your jacket or whatever it is that you're doing will move your brows. And I don't do a full, thick, lined in brow, but I do have longer brow hairs. Even though my brows are more fair toned, I do like to keep them in place because sometimes they look a little bit wonky to me. So I thought that this would be a nice, inexpensive way to just quickly run it through my brows and keep them in place. So I'll let you know how that works out. Then I was watching Monika McGillicuddy, and she was saying how she had some broken, capillaries around her nose. There was some redness on her cheeks as well, and so her favorite for that, covering that up, was the Benefit Boing Industrial, what's it called, Strength Concealer. I got it in number 2 because she said she had number 2 and number 3. She's definitely a darker skin tone than I am. I picked up the 2 knowing that the 3 wouldn't work for me. This is what it looks like in the little pot, but I think I should have gotten the 1. This will probably work when I'm self-tanning my face in the summertime, but I have just a few broken capillaries around my nose, and sometimes I'll get redness on the fronts of my cheeks. My skin is a little bit sensitive, so this is the color of the number 2, and I'm thinking it's a very thick product. There you can see it on my hand right there. I think it's too dark. It might work in the summertime, but I think probably I should go back and get the number 1 to make sure that it blends into my skin tone well. So there's that. And then also from Benefit, I got the new Roller Lash Eyeliner. This I'm really excited to try. It's matte eyeliner. It comes in this cute package. And I have my favorite is Physicians Formula, the black one, the really fine tipped one. I love that one. I'll put the name up. But I wanted to try a dark brown. This is the eyeliner here. A nice fine long tip. Let's see the color. Oh, it's beautiful. Nice and really dark brown. And the tip, if you can see, flexes, which I really like. Look how dark that is. Whoop. I think I'm gonna really like this. I'm getting into the liquid eyeliner for the first time in my life. Hopefully it will work really well. I'm excited. And then I picked up an eyeshadow palette, which I have been avoiding buying eyeshadow palettes for months because I have plenty. For a YouTuber, I don't have that many, but for your average person, I have quite a few. I have 5 what I would call like a naked size palette or an Anastasia of Beverly Hills size palette. I've got 5 about that size, and then I have 5 that are like that size that are more travel size friendly. So I have 10 eyeshadow palettes. It's way more than I need. But I was in Ulta and I kept looking at this Tarte one because one of my very favorites is the Tarte Tartlet in Bloom that my sister gave me. It's gorgeous. It is a combination of mattes and shimmers. It's beautiful. But this one caught my eye, and it's an older one. It's by Tartlet, and it is the Amazonian Clay Matte Palette. Here's the box. These palettes are the perfect size. They're really sleek. They don't get dirty. They don't have that velvety finish that some of them have. They have a massive mirror inside, which is perfect for travel. And then this one has these gorgeous, look at those matte shades. Yes, it is basic, but I think that you can really get some drama, and they're beautiful. I don't see one shade in here that I wouldn't use. Light pink is not my favorite. This one here on the end, but I could definitely use it. And I don't want to get any more palettes where a third of the shadows I'm not interested in using. I think that that's just a waste of my money. So this one I am excited to use. I hope the consistency is as good as the Tartlet in Bloom, but I am excited about it. Though I need to be careful about buying eyeshadow palettes. And then the next thing, I have been really getting into, even more so, balms, lip glosses, and the color pink or rose for the spring, for summer, possibly. I don't know why I'm so fixated on this pinky hue, but I'm all about it right now. So I picked up the Burt's Bees Gloss Lip Crayon. Comes like this. And wow, it feels like it's very sheer. It feels more like I'm just running it over my hand. It feels more like a balm actually than a gloss. There's the color. Really, really pretty. I'm hoping that this is moisturizing. Sometimes you get balms or glosses and they look really moisturizing, but they end up drying your lips out. But that is like the perfect spring color right there for me. I am all about, I don't really like pinks on my eyes or on my cheeks, but on my lips, as long as it's not the super chalky Barbie pink or really, really bright dark magenta, I can't pull that off. If it's kind of in between or has more of a mauve or rosy hue to it, then I love it. Okay, what I'm trying to put on my hand right now without even telling you what it is by Catrice. I don't think I've ever bought anything by Catrice. This is what it is, and it is called their Lip Glow. And what it feels like is pretty much clear lip balm with just a really faint, light pink color. There it is here. I haven't used it yet. It looks like I have. I filmed this already, and I had some issues, so I had to refilm it, and that's why, and I was swatching to try to get the color. That's why it's down the way it is. But this feels similar in texture, very lip balm-like. So those could be absolutely great. I'll be set up for the spring and summertime then. But there's more. From IT Cosmetics, I picked up their lip softening smooth butter gloss in Pretty in Pink. There's the package. I'm so excited about these lippies. I don't know why, but I am. Okay, so this one comes with a doe foot, and it is much thicker and way more pigmented. Just had to put a little bit on there, and that's what that looks like. Really pretty color, a little bit darker for me. Really pretty. And it feels really thick, and IT Cosmetics are really, really nice. Actually, this is called the Vitality Lip Flush. I was reading the box and I called it something else, but it's the Vitality Lip Flush. Then I got two new ones from Buxom. These are brand new. They're full-on plumping lip creams, but they're new. The colors are Havana Punch and Dolly Daiquiri. I love these. They've got that minty kind of tingly to your lips. They don't hurt, but they have that tingle. They don't plump your lips, but they do last for a long time. They are sticky, but I don't mind sticky. And they last for a pretty long time. Okay, so this is the color Havana Punch, and it's in a frosted container. And there's the color of that. Pretty. Really pretty. And then I'll put the Dolly Daiquiri next to it. I love the regular Dolly lip gloss color that they have. This one is definitely lighter, but it still has kind of, this is more nude, almost like a nudie mauve or nude rosy sort of color. All right, there's that one right there. That's really pretty too. Both of these are terrific. They're all of these are pretty close in color, but oh, they look so pretty. Okay, and then I picked up a couple new sponges that Real Techniques has out. The first one is their Miracle Finish sponge for blush and highlighter, and it's smaller like that. And I was excited to try that. I want to pick up a cream blush that Dawn was talking about. I'll link her channel below. She is the natural, clean beauty woman who's just beautiful. And she told me about this Honest Beauty cream blush. She didn't tell me personally. It was in her video and it looked beautiful, so I asked her about it. And I haven't found it yet, but I do intend to get it, and I would love to try this sponge with it. It's a really nice size. And for those of us who like to put some cream bronzer or blush, this would be perfect. It also might work with my Lumi Glotion. This is limited edition. I was standing in line checking out, and this caught my eye, and I just picked it up. It's the new Brush Crush Cosmic Sponge Duo for 360 blending. They're perfectly round. The dark one at the top, the solid purple one, is slightly smaller than the bottom one. I want to try foundation with this bottom one and see how it works, see if it actually is good and what the texture of it is. And I could use for, you know, the cream blush also the top one and just see what it's like. Looks like fun. And then I picked up the Finishing Touch Flawless Dermaplane blades. You get 4 in a pack. 2 have a shorter blade, and then the other ones have longer for larger areas. And I'm hoping that this works really well. I have another Dermaplane kind of system, and it's quite expensive to buy the blades, to replace the blades, so I'm wondering if this would do just as good of a job. Then also new at Ulta were these wet brushes. If you girls are into, or guys are into wet brushes, this is the new Flex Dry. Heat Flex bristles, ideal for drying, open vented design, and a flexible brush head. I love the idea of a flexible brush head. They came in really pretty colors. There's this gold swirl that kind of goes through it. There was a coral one that was beautiful, and a couple other colors. So this just looks like it would feel really good and work really well. I love my regular wet brush, and I love my Olivia Garden finger brush too. I have been not blow drying my hair as often recently. I really want to give it a break. And I do have this is my natural wave. It doesn't look finished. It doesn't look done. It just kind of hangs there, and for the first part of the day it looks pretty good, and then the rest of the day it just ends up being limp and kind of frizzy. So I thought maybe if I put in a mousse, it might give it more volume, a little bit more bounce, and hold the wave. So this John Frieda Luxurious Volume Perfectly Full Mousse is one that Kathy from KathyCareChats talked about. So as long as it's not super drying, I know most mousses have a lot of alcohol in them, so it could be very drying for my hair, but I wanted to give it a try and see if it did anything good. Then the last thing I got was this, and it's by Spongeables. It's the Petty Scrub in a Sponge with shea butter, tea tree oil, the clean and fresh scent for your feet to scrub your feet. And I love using these in the shower. I use them all year round. Every time I take a shower, they feel really good on your heels. They're not too scratchy, but you can feel like they're doing something, especially the second or third time. At first, it's pretty hard with the soap in it, but these are pretty inexpensive and much cheaper than going in and getting a pedicure. And this works great. Makes them really clean, keeps them from getting calloused. I have really good feet, and I think that mostly it's because I use these on a regular basis. I wanted to also ask you guys if you would be interested at all in seeing how I store my makeup, or my makeup collection, or where I get ready, kind of behind the scenes at all. So let me know if you are interested in that. I would also love it if you would subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to give this video a like if you liked it. And remember, be kind, be grateful, and be brave, and I will see you soon.